Round of 20, Group E. 2022 Hot 6 GSL Season 3.
I take the whole city down with this.
Welcome back, everybody. It is time to close out the round of 20. Only 2 players remain. Everybody else is either in the round of 10 or they're dead.
It's the Hunger Games.
It's the Hunger Games. We're going to have a ZVZ to close this out. Now, I'm pretty surprised, I'm sure I'm not alone in that Dark didn't get out first. It was actually Cure who advanced.
Yeah, Cure played some really cool TVZ. His mid-game was really fast-paced, took a lot of bases, he was all over the map, and as a result, now we have a ZVZ here in the final match when a lot of people, I mean, I was certainly expecting it. We talked about before the cast, we thought that Dark was going to run away with this thing, but no.
Yeah, and honestly, just a little side note here, I think if Cure can keep playing like that, he will win a GSL, because right now the most important race to be able to beat in GSL is Zerg.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's going to be Tropical Sacrifice for the first map, Moondance for map number 2, and Cosmic Sapphire for map number 3.
Wow, no Data C. I feel like we got Data C in like almost every single best of 3, but not this time.
It could be something about that map they done. Well, I guess it's a mirror matchup, right? You don't want to avoid maps necessarily on a mirror matchup unless you just can't figure it out. All right, guys, anyways, game 1, Solar vs. Dark starts now.
I can do this all day. Believe me when you hear me say I can do this all day.
Whoa.
12 gas, 11 pool.
Whoa, okay.
Solar, you dirty devil.
Solar's going to have to take a shower after this game. We're not even doing the player intros because it's starting up so fast.
Yeah, that's a fast pool. It's a fast gas. It doesn't get much faster than that.
Okay. Now let's watch Dark make a hatchery like a sucker and just lose this game. I see a drone going down to the net. Yeah, it's going to be Hatch on 16.
Yeah, 16 Hatch there for Dark. All right. Well, this is a fun start to this series. We're thinking it might be a little bit slow, but this is going to be something else.
Yeah, let's see what Dark can do. Now, one thing about rushes like this is, to the casual observer, you might say, well, there's no way that Dark can live through this. But Dark has lived through some crazy rushes before and kind of stabilizes and then wins promptly after that.
He's not pulling off gas.
But to be, it's going to be a one-base Baneling all-in.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Just wow.
No.
This is that is some commitment. Yeah, we have seen Dark defend things like this before, though. Even with a hatch first, it's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible. So watch the Ling pathing. He should try to go around the Overlord unless he thinks, no, never mind, I'm sorry.
Solar
he's just going to go right in there.
It's like, yeah.
So right now, Dark sees this. Little mouth twitch from him. He realizes, okay, he has to basically brace for impact and hold this off. And by the way, guys, if Solar does not make this work, he should die shortly after.
He doesn't even have a queen back at home.
Yeah.
He is fully committed on this.
This is like one great big punch he's trying to come in here and do. And he's going to make the spine crawler here at the ramp. Now, I think the queen comes out just in time.
I'm surprised he actually went for the spine crawler at the ramp. I don't think he has the tools to defend that if he needed to.
Well,
he's
it's
getting
2 spine crawlers. 2.
Yeah, but if Solar had gone up the ramp, he would have been able to shut that down instantly.
I think so, but
no.
I see a lot of players go for this. Now, he's going to see the Banes, and he knows to come in here. He knows to go for the Banes. Dark knows how to do this perfectly.
Yep, Dark with a drone puller right now. Trying to deny these Banes. One might actually complete as he wasn't able to get the full enough surround. Solar now has Zergling's speed.
Oh, he's going up.
The spine crawler's done, though.
Oh, and he kills the Bane.
Nice start here for Dark. Oh, getting into a perfect position. Going to get maximum value out of this queen as it will eventually get traded out. And every second that second hatchery's alive, it's more larva, it's more production here for Dark.
Okay, so the hatchery is going to go down. And basically, Dark's going to try to push down his own ramp.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to point this out, guys. As exciting as this looks from Solar's perspective, it's actually 12 workers to 18. So Dark has more workers. Is there a queen back in
I think he's just now starting it. He opted to get the second hatchery before the queen, if I'm not mistaken.
So, I mean, the strategy sort of worked, in that he killed that base off. If he
This is
can
so smart, by the way. Building Overlords down at the natural, because like anything else you
Oh,
build there is
yeah.
going to die.
Yeah, no, it's a great, and also you can drop creep here and basically protect this area. Okay, so he needs to get that spine planted. All right. I was like, you are just not going to be able to defend this, man. So he gets that one drone out. He's going to try to dive on it. Is this an overextension? Great transfuse.
Transfuse on the drone. Don't see that very often.
Yeah.
Man, that drone feels special right
I
now.
know. Well, he is a special drone. He's got to be the hatchery.
So imagine that drone like just coming out of existence, just like surrounded by Zerglings. Like, oh, these are my friends. They're
I
all
know.
just like killing you.
I was born into chaos.
This queen transfuses you.
That's why he was chosen to be hatchery man.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so
Interesting start now as Dark is getting a second hatchery up.
Yep.
Solar now close to equalizing on the worker counts as these 4 drones are close to popping. And for all that chaos there in the beginning, we're starting to go towards a little bit of an even game. Now, I would give the edge maybe just a little bit to Dark. Does have the spine crawlers. He didn't take too much damage early, but I think you can make an argument for either player at this point.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think Solar's in terrible shape. Sometimes this happens with super aggro builds is they both fight pretty well, but the defender didn't take that much damage. The attacker didn't lose that much, and so we kind of go into an even game. Now, there's a Baneling's Nest being made on Dark's side of the map. He's going to push his spine crawlers forward here.
Evolution Chamber now going down for Solar as he's looking to transition off of this. And for Dark, the question I have is whether this is going to be a timing, and as I say that, Morlings in production, or was it going to be a defensive Baneling Nest? But it looks like Dark might be gearing up for an attack. Yeah, Morlings on the way. And I believe the objective here is going to be to deny the third base for Solar.
Yeah, I think so. I think he wants to come out here. I mean, look, it's obvious for any mirror matchup, but like you can't just both. You can't be on 2 bases and they be on 3, and that go on for too much longer, and you stay in the game. Now he did send some Lings out here. They might end up both denying each other's hatches. Some Banes are being morphed. Now, even though Solar's forced to cancel on that hatchery, I think that Dark has a pretty deadly attack being set up over here.
Yeah, Dark has only 31 drones, and he's making 5
Oh,
Overlords right now,
boy.
so he is really committing on this.
Here we go. He's moving up in towards the main here with those Banes. The Queens are going to defend, but at least 3 of these Banes, actually even more, are going to get through.
All right, Baneling's in the middle line. That's 9 drones down. The worker count is close to equalize.
Oh my God, and more Lings are going to come in. They're going to kill so many of the drones.
Dark with an incredible attack here. Gets huge damage in. 19 drones are dead. Solar down to 22 workers right now. As Dark got everything that he dreamed of and more with that timing. Sending Solar's economy back to the Stone Age right there.
That was huge. He killed off quite a bit. But they're both droning up behind this. Now, there is going to be another opportunity to try to Baneling in here, but it looks like Solar wants to try to fight back.
Both players going blow for blow right now.
Wow, he wasn't very confident about attacking those morphing Banelings.
He didn't know when they started.
Yeah, so he thought he might end up just losing that outright. And so this means Dark can try to dive back in here.
Just a handful of Lings right now. Army count's almost identical as it really is going to come down to micro, but now Solar finally adding roaches into the mix.
Yeah, 29 workers to 34. Looks like he had to make some more buildings here.
And Dark is keeping the pressure on. He does not want Solar to just drone up freely. He's trying to force more units out so that he can further his economic edge as we see Dark.
In some ways, this is even more impressive, by the way. Now look at that. He realizes, okay, 1 Baneling not worth 1 drone. He wants to get, 3 or 4 if he can with that. So he backs up. But look at this. He's catapulted ahead even further. It's now an 11-worker lead here with Dark staying ahead. And God, by the way, this kind of shows why Solar tried to end the game right away. Dark is very scary at these, tit-for-tat mid-game ZVZs.
He's a very brainy Zerg.
Yeah.
Just the way that he's moving around and applying pressure, even after the timing attack, puts him further ahead. It's something that's, I mean, us as observers of this game, we get to kind of see everything.
Yeah.
But when you're in the moment, it's so tough to actually make all the right calls to not overextend, but also apply enough pressure that your opponent is going to be cutting the drones. And Dark is just one of the best in the business at it.
And you know what? Now with the roaches coming up and the armor upgrade, this could be a good layup for him to just kill Dark off.
Absolutely.
Because Solar just caught up in workers.
Dark had
actually-
a long window with a worker advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's a bad rally.
Oh yeah, that's part of his strategy.
He's baiting the queens to the
Yeah.
main base tasteless.
That's right.
But yeah, Dark just powered up to 46 drones, cut it right there, and Solar had to continue to play catch-up for a while, and now with +1 Carapace, as you said, Roaches and Baneling's on the way, he's looking to kill him.
Okay, but that force cancel is insanely huge.
Buys a lot of time.
But this battering ram of Roaches is going to come forward anyways.
We'll see now. Army Supply in advantage of Dark, but Solar
Ooh.
does have the defender's advantage of the shorter rally point.
Oh,
The question is, though, the numbers.
Yeah, and here's the thing. He's also doing a perfect job of taking the most damaged Roaches and then turning them into Ravagers, which regens their health. Yeah, I think that Solar may not be able to last. Look at that. He's even going to move the Banes by. He would actually prefer to have that go down onto the workers. And I think this game is actually over, guys. I think Dark is
Yeah.
going to take game 1 here. And I got to say, just a masterclass in ZVZ. From holding the rush to playing the mid game to closing it out with the attack. What does Solar do in game 2, man? Because
That was scary.
that was scary how bad Dark kind of judo flipped him there.
Yeah, Masterclass is really what it is. It
Yeah.
almost reminds me of, remember that game we saw from Creator where he just like didn't lose any units? And he
Yeah.
got like infinite damage with his Adepts and his Oracles?
Yeah.
That's like the ZVZ version of that. You go hatch first, you deflect 12 gas 11 pool. After that, you do a huge timing, kill a bunch of drones. Behind that, you apply pressure with a really low number of units, but enough to scare Solar into not droning.
Yeah.
Then you leverage that economic lead to just go in for a killing blow. I mean, that was just flawless.
It was so impressive, man. Looks like Dark has requested to use his break. So be it, man. It's going to be back to us over here.
Wants to savor the moment. Probably feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, I mean, he played so well. I think this might be a 2-0.
Could be.
I don't want it to be, but honestly, when you look at a game like that, and it's like, first of all, all the pieces were set up so that, like, Solar's rush really did work, right? Like, it's hatchery first. He got in, but Dark was very patient. Even with the spine crawler at the ramp, I was initially confused by that, but then I see that you can actually target the Bane with that, where like, and then that's why you get 2, and then you can actually kind of slow crawl back and get your base back up. But really seeing in the mid game, the way that Dark generated what looked like a real threat, but he's making drones the whole time, and it's very subtle. Like if you go back and watch the game again, I think you can get an even better appreciation for this. But he kept trying to come in and come out. And so while he's making all these drones behind this, basically Solar thinks if he doesn't hold this off correctly, he's going to die. He got just enough drones to then go full on into both the armor and all in on Roaches. And Solar, thinking he was so behind, actually made more drones in that game by the very end than Dark did, excuse me. And so that's when that attack just came in and totally flattened him.
Yeah, he played it perfectly.
Yeah.
The window where he had an economic lead over Solar was just huge, and it all went back to that pressure that he did in the mid game with the Roaches or with the Lings and Banelings. I mean, Solar, as you said, he thought he was going to die at any moment, and ZVZ is very often like a poker match. You know, there's a lot of hidden intel. You don't know exactly how many drones your opponent has. It's important that you don't overmake drones, and Solar just got played like a fiddle. Dark just showing some really fantastic game sense, some great understanding of the matchup, and really excelling on all fronts. His defending was perfect. His attacking was perfect. He's a P gamer.
We're going to go to game 2 now. P-Gamer, man. We're going to see who's going to moon dance into the round of 10 in a second.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. This is the second game in this best of 3. The last best of 3 in the round of 20. Can Solar come back and even this out 1-1? Or is Dark going to advance 2-0? Moving on as the final player here in the round of 10. And our game is now loaded up. Let's hop into this.
I can do this all day. Believe me when you hear me say I can do this all day.
Onside Gaming, Solar. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Dark.
Okay, so to start this off, it's actually Dark who goes for pool first, but this is a very different pool first than what Solar did, just to be clear.
Yeah, very different an understatement. It's like 16 pool versus like 11 or 12 gas, 11 pool. Yeah, he's just gonna build that spawning pool, get up a queen, take an expansion, play a little bit more slow, a little bit more safe. So interested in seeing what his approach is going to be here in this one, because one thing that I haven't been exposed to much in ZVZ is how these kind of pocket expansions in the back of the base factor into the equation.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like, I feel like you have to take them. If you both go on 2 base, you have to take them, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Like,
but
I don't see the strategy that would be inviting to not take that back base.
But then the question for me is, because it feels like a lot of ZVZs, after you get out of like the early aggression stages where you're both on 2 hatcheries, eventually go to take the 3rd, and that opens up a lot of opportunities for both players to get aggressive, because suddenly there's this whole other area of the map that's very exposed. There isn't creep there yet, and everyone has Zerglings, so they're really quick. You just quickly race across the map and put pressure on that hatchery, but when you remove that as a point of attack in a ZVZ, I'm wondering if that changes kind of the calculus and how these guys go about building their compositions or how they drone in the mid game. And it's just something that I'm really just kind of spitballing because I have no idea. And look at Dark, he's already taking that 3rd hatch, so clearly it factors into the equation. He's doing it behind the 6 link pressure too. This is actually really cool.
Okay, this is
this is some insane
Dude,
micro.
guys, he's gonna get too many drones.
That was 6 drones versus, or 6 lings versus 4 drones and 4 lings and a bunch of drones, and he got like 2 drones and all of the lings. That was insane.
Yeah, he's already pretty even.
That's like everything you dream about, getting 2 drones for 6 lings.
Yeah, I mean, that went so much. I wasn't even going to remark on that much until that went so well that I'm kind of blown away.
I can't believe he got such a good trade there.
So, by the way, guys, it's now 23 workers on both sides. Keep in mind, Dark was a little bit behind in the worker count, so he's not ahead, but he's already kind of evened out his footing. Technically, on paper, Solar's opener was better, but basically Dark's execution was better, and so now they're neck and neck.
Yeah, completely equalized. And both players now with a 3rd hatchery up. Might be a little bit of a slower ZVZ given these pocket expansions.
I think so, because if you're going to have explosivity on 3 bases, it needs to be a place where like the 2nd base and the 3rd base are kind of far apart enough that the aggressor can exploit the positions.
Yeah. Dark now opting to go up to 2 geysers, Solar just on 1. Evolution Chamber up for Solar, and Dark going for the Roach Ward. So already a little bit of a divergence here in build orders after kind of effectively mirrored openings after that Ling run by. Things were completely equal, and now both players kind of choosing their own paths as Solar opting for the Lings with an Evolution Chamber. Both players continuing to drone. And a lair for Solar as well, huh?
Yeah, so this is interesting.
Ranged weapons, too.
Quick lair, yeah. So we see the missile attack. So, but look at this. Actually, Dark's going to go for 2 evolution chambers in his own lair. So the double evo. I mean, the thing is this just because he wanted to have a neat block off there?
It's probably part of it.
Is he trying to send a different signal? Like, look at me, man. I'm powering on 1. You know. He gets the missile upgrade. Does he get the armor upgrade too? That's what I'm wondering.
He'll get it eventually, I think. It's just so good. It really minimizes the damage that Zerglings can do in this matchup. And even helps a lot in Roach versus Roach mirror.
And so this is a very different ZVZ, guys. This is going to be a very powering ZVZ.
Yeah, both Zergs already up to about 60 drones. Solar now beginning Roach production as well as Glial reconstitution, taking a 4th base. And that might be where he tries to take his edge. This is continues Roach's production. He might be able to slow down Dark just a little bit here. We'll see though. It really is a different flavor of ZVZ when you get a pocket expansion like this, and it's kind of tough to read.
Well, I want to point out though, I think Dark is really one of the greatest in the entire history of StarCraft 2 at these big game ZVZs. Like, he really knows how to control the map. And, this is a guy, world champion, of course, too, but just he's had to go up against such insane strong Zerg players and come out on top. So the Roach arms race begins here. But, I mean, I think to just state the very, very obvious, there's 2 upgrades going here for Dark. There's only 1 for Solar. Now, Solar has a slightly bigger army right now, and so we want to watch that very carefully. But, I mean, this is one of the most basic things about a game of StarCraft is if you're upgrading out of 2 things, like attack and armor, and they just get attack, in the long run, that doesn't pan out that nicely. Now, the attack is going to come. Keep in mind, the army supply is bigger here for Solar, so...
Yeah, there might be a lot of opportunity here for him to get damage done. The Roach numbers are so much higher, and Dark with only, I think, 3 or 4 transfuses.
And Solar's got actually a better angle. He can kind of punish Dark here by using this, the side of this hatchery. You can see some of these Roaches in the back kind of scrambling around and not really able to come out and do any damage. Solar very nicely pulls away some of those weaker Roaches and turns them into Ravagers. But one Spine's going to slide up here, and it's going to make the math a little bit more troubling here for Dark, or for Solar, excuse me.
Yeah, Solar really doing a lot with his position right now as he has 2 Ravagers out. Getting a ton of damage there on the hatchery is going to force Dark to engage and defend up here in the front, but that's where Solar has a concave, so a little bit of mind games going on here with positioning right now as Solar continues to take a great trade. The hatchery now at just a quarter health.
Big plume of Roaches come out, though, and he's going to fight back and fight back hard here.
Yeah. Dark trying to pounce on this right now as the numbers remain very even. Keep in mind, Dark does have the closer rally point, so he is able to reinforce more rapidly than Solar. We see more Roaches piling in right now. Dark pushing him back. That hatchery on just a quarter HP.
Now, let's not forget those upgrades in the background. Dark is going to have that armor upgrade. The hatchery is still there. If the hatchery doesn't go down, basically Dark has outlasted him. But the army supply for Solar is bigger, and that is going to be just barreling towards him right now.
Yeah, Solar right now is a 10 Roach lead over Dark. A lot of those Roaches are still being rallied across the map, so you don't see it right here on the screen, but this is the kind of situation that could quickly spiral out of control here for Dark if he takes an unfavorable trade.
He's going to start chucking Biles over here onto the hatchery.
Yeah, Dark has to engage. He's fighting now, but the numbers for Solar, it seems like it might be too much.
I don't know. I think Solar might just barely have enough.
So close right now.
The Spine is still doing a good job fighting. The hatchery's so low.
It's so low. Just one volley can take it out.
Yeah, will he just turn on it and take it out? No, I think Solar realizes he can probably go the whole way. Missile attack level 2 just finishes here.
Yeah, Solar now actually with an upgraded advantage, +2 attack versus the 1-1, and Dark's going to have to vacate this position. Solar leveraging the superior numbers over the superiorly upgraded army for Dark into an advantage, taking down the 4th base, now 2 attack upgrades. And I think we might see it snowball from here, Tasteless.
I think we're going to go to game 3.
Dark's going to need a hell of an engagement if he's going to come back in this one. And I don't think Solar's going to give it to him. And Solar smartly backing off a little bit. He knows that now he has the economic edge with that 4th hatchery.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is almost over. Keep in mind that there was basically no... Oh, no, there's just a few drones mining from that 4th base.
Yeah, both players on effectively full saturation despite Solar having the extra base.
Now, so the upgrades here, yeah, it's +2 attack here for Solar. I feel like Solar's very close to kind of crushing through and ending this game here. But
he's waiting until Max. He's actually setting up a flank right now. You see it on the mini-map.
Yeah. He's going to come in here and try to sandwich him. Here
this surround is huge. Waiting for the Biles to finish at the top side, and now coming in and converging on the middle of Dark is Solar.
Oh, dude, this game's over. I don't think Dark can last through this. Dark's +2 missile attack is about to finish, but will it be enough in time?
He's barely hanging on by a thread right now as Solar is getting pushed back. The defender's advantage really coming through in the clutch as Dark was able to reinforce just a little bit more rapidly there for Solar, despite Solar having the better army position. But keep in mind, Dark is on the clock. He only has 3 expansions to the 4 hatcheries of Solar.
There is the same number of workers in this game.
Yeah.
So the armor upgrade is pretty big. That armor upgrade we were emphasizing earlier on, that may have done it. Look at that, just kills the Evo chamber.
Helps the rallies just a little bit.
He needs to get his stuff out quickly. That could have partially been why he lost that fight back there.
It certainly was a factor.
When you got a lot of stuff trying to move through these bottlenecks, it's a bit of a headache. So I can't believe I'm saying this. We're still in this game. Dark has actually survived what was supposed to be like a huge snowballing fight. Drones are going to long distance mine.
Yeah, his main base is starting to get mined out now, and this is really where Solar's economy is kicking ahead. You see right there on the screen, almost 800 more minerals per minute.
Guys, remember, there's one armor upgrade here for Dark. There's no armor upgrade for Solar. So, like, as much as we look at these Roach arcs, we have to remember, you know, mathematically, that armor upgrade is going to be just massive here. And Solar seems to want to force this.
Yeah.
I don't know. This could be an overextension. Now, there's enough Ravagers here. Okay, he actually eats the Bile shot.
So many Biles right now. Dark getting great value, but Solar is able to deny that fourth base. And if Solar is able to deny that base for long enough, he will just be able to ride his economic lead into a victory. But Dark doing a great job of just using all of these Ravagers numbers to pull down Biles and get good hits in on Solar. Solar right now going for Tunneling Claws. Okay, that's an interesting decision here.
Yeah, well, tunneling is a smart move here, because that way he could just get him out of this position and close this game out. But they are both maxed out. That armor upgrade, by the way, it's going to finish. Mathematically, there's just no lead here for Dark.
Yeah, finally the upgrade's equalizing here. So the Ravager numbers continue to get higher and higher. Oh, a little bit of a missed micro there by Dark is going to bleed out some Roaches and Ravagers. Solar taking full advantage of that. And you look at the banks right now, 1,000 more minerals in the bank for Solar as both players are on max. And Dark still unable to get this fourth base up, and Solar might finally be able to break through.
Honestly, I don't know that there's any way for Dark to try to close this out now. I mean, I think Solar, the fact that he's fought through here again, there's just no extra...
Dark is going to try and come in here, try to set up a sandwich, a Hail Mary play, but the numbers for Solar are so high.
Oh, the Biles connect!
Oh, Dark actually making it work. That's a pretty favorable trade, but keep in mind, Solar has a much better bank than Dark, which kind of minimizes the effect of this. So despite really getting out-positioned there by Dark, the supplies are still even with 26 more Roaches on the way.
He's sending his queens.
Yeah, he's sending his queens, but keep in mind, Tunneling Claws on the way. Here for Solar, might be able to use that to get some position instead of holding the ramp.
The thing is like now it's going to be all about him just surviving this attack here.
Yeah.
Again, I still think Solar takes this, but I almost feel like Dark is like just showing that he's the better player somehow.
A little bit.
All things considered.
I mean, he's in such a difficult spot and he's making it work. And actually killing Overlords here helps a lot, lowering the supply cap there for Solar.
Yeah, he's going to have another opportunity to kill this off again here.
Now, the Ravager count is much higher for Dark, 9-4.
Yeah, so he could basically force him back. Oh, and I think they're going to burrow underneath and then hit from behind, I think.
Yeah.
No. They're going to try to go to... Oh, no, yeah, they are. I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's no Overseer here for
Dude,
Dark.
is he going to send Queens back?
It's such a tough position right now here for Dark.
I would be so stressed out if I was Solar right now in this game.
Yeah, it's a stressful situation for both of these guys. Keep in mind, if Dark wins this map, he will be going to the round of 10. Solar fighting for his life in GSL right now.
Okay,
and
so
these Roaches are
he
bound
knows
to do
what's
a lot
coming.
of damage.
Yeah, he knows what's coming. He's going to defend. I just can't believe how insanely good Dark is. Like, this game literally should have ended, like, I feel like 8 minutes ago. And then, like, he's still fighting back so well. It's, like, so crazy.
It's been 3 base versus 4 base for, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah, GG. Okay, there we go. Solar barely closes that one out.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
That was tough. And it goes to show what a skilled player the Dark is, where he's down to base for, like, 5 minutes, and he's still somehow making it a game.
Yeah.
That was close.
It was crazy, man. All right, guys, the final game of the round of 20. Let's do this.
What a nail biter that was.
I'll tell you though, man, I mean, Solar, he had to really work for that win.
Yeah, he did.
Everybody's had these games where it's like you're winning, but you could just feel how good the opponent is. Like every minute, there's just some insane moment where they almost overtake you again and again and again.
It takes a lot of the satisfaction out of a win like that. It doesn't give you too much more confidence because Dark, with the hands that he was dealt, played it to perfection. I mean, like, you got a little bit outplayed there with the superior Roach numbers by Solar with that timing attack on the 4th base. But, I mean, the resilience of him to stay alive as long as he did, that eats away at you just a little bit as Solar. And now Solar, he knows he's going to have to come out with his A game if he's going to take Dark. And the final map, keep in mind the winner of this map 3 is going to go on to the round of 10. Cosmic Sapphire is the map. Let's get to it.
Onside Gaming, Solar.
Is anybody going to pool quick? That's what I'm wondering.
Everything on the line right now.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Dark.
No pools in production just yet.
We got a couple of honest gamers here.
Yeah, mirrored builds.
A couple of businessmen gamers here. Look at this. Both just going to go for hatch first. Okay.
Yeah, just mirrored openings through and through.
So now we basically want to watch the production tab and then see when does the fork in the road and build orders go.
Let's go Solar.
This is it. Let's go.
Really is. Everything's on the line.
That's right.
Final map.
Welcome, guys.
No divergence whatsoever yet. Gas timings, pull timings, hatch timings, drone timings, all the same.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is it. I mean, there's not a whole lot else to say right now because they're literally doing, they're mirroring each other's behavior. They don't know that yet. And so, one of the things we can look for is anybody going to start making drones over lings? When the first 100 gas comes in, where's it going to be spent? Is that going to go for ling speed? Is it going to be a layer? Now, this is a map, unlike the previous map we had, where I think the last map we had, it sort of lends itself to be a kind of powering macro map. Like, it makes for very dramatic, epic games. This map, the third base, depending on the two locations you choose to take it, it can be punished.
It's a little bit more typical of other ZBZ maps.
Right.
And as a result, the aggression can usually kick into a higher gear a lot faster than it did in that previous game. I mean, last game, both players effectively went up to 60 drones before they were able to get anything done offensively. Save for that 6-ling run by that Dark did in the early game. But yeah, in this case, both players now going for speed. Mirrored Link has, look, they're so mirrored that even like their lings meet in like the dead center of the map at the exact same moment.
Yeah, no, it's almost comical, right? The third bases both start at the same time. The Baneling's Nest starts for Solar. Now we want to watch, is Dark going to throw his down here now? Because a lot of times in ZVZ, they both take 3 bases, but one ends up going in for attacks very quickly while the other's defending. A Baneling's Nest starts here for Dark, but let's not forget, you could have defensive Banelings. A Baneling's Nest does not mean that you are inherently going to be attacking or being aggressive.
And if I'm Dark, given the way that the first 2 maps went in this series, I'm going to be on the defensive because Solar has been trying to kick up the aggression pretty much every single time. And I think perhaps part of that is because of what a talented player that Dark is in the mid and late game, especially in ZVZ.
Solar's going to pull the trigger.
He is.
Here it is. 14 lings, a Roach Warren coming here. Baneling started. It's going to be Dark on the receiving end. The question is, can he hold off this attack?
There will be a 27 drone timing here for Solar. Banking resources as that Roach Warren gets closer and closer to completion. First Banelings are out. And that hatchery is under attack.
Okay, the question now is, can Dark actually manage to hold this off?
I think Solar is going to have to wait for the Roaches.
That's what you want to do. You want to sack 1 ling for their Baneling.
That's a good trade anytime you can take it.
Now, notice this. 27 workers for Solar, 31 for Dark. So Dark is economically better positioned. But, of course, that's because Solar is committing to an attack. And Solar is doubling down on his attack as more Roaches are being made here.
Yeah, 7 Roaches out already. Dark with no Roaches on the board just yet. This timing's looking pretty scary. There is one more Queen out for Dark, and surely he will be pulling energies. Yeah, he has 2 transfuses ready already. Roaches are now out. Dark, a lot of Banelings back at home. Still no Roaches. He's going for a counterattack.
Okay.
He might just be sacking this third base.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he can hold this. Well, there's a lot of Banes, but the thing is, if you throw your Banes onto Roaches, it's like not good.
Yeah.
I feel like Solar may have messed this up. The Ravagers are not going to be able to come out in time. He's being very patient with the Banelings as well here.
He's so many Banelings for Dark.
Yeah.
But this is tough because he doesn't have any Roaches. I don't even think he has a Roach Warren on the map. So Solar with his composition, shutting down the Banelings for Dark is going to be critical.
Yeah, I mean, I think Oh my God.
Wow.
You know, he's just chases back. One of the things about the Roaches too is you don't normally keep making Roaches in the attack. The Roaches kind of deal damage and the Lings soak damage and the Banelings, you know, kind of push through. But it was a smart play. He basically used his Lings to surround the enemy Roaches.
Behind all of this, Solar has been droning. He's now up 37 workers to the 28 of Dark, and even a run by picking up a couple of drones back at home there. So Solar now with the economic lead and Roaches back at home. And the onus is kind of on Dark to make something happen right now. And the question I have is whether he's going to try and do that by getting aggressive or droning up himself. Because 43 workers to 28, Solar has definitely eked out a sizable advantage. That push wasn't so much of a killing blow as it was kind of setting the stage to rebound on it economically.
Yeah, I mean, that was a impressive hold there, but I think Solar, even though he didn't get the killing blow, he did take the position and then really leverage it. And this worker lead is huge. And dude, I gotta say, you know, oh my God, that's literally what am I watching? Like
that couldn't have gone worse for the Baneling player,
like,
but it should never happen.
They're both supposed to run at that moment, but that's so funny.
That's really odd. I guess you don't manually detonate them, then the Lings can kind of get not terrible trades. Yeah, Dark is trying to make something happen right now. I think really not having a Roach Warren is coming back to Honda because Solar is just going so far ahead economically. 58 workers now to 38, a 20 worker lead at 7 minutes. And on top of that, he has a superior tech with all these Roaches. Dark is trying to find something in terms of damage with these Banelings, but that's just not going to happen. Solar is not going to let it come to that. And right now, Dark, I mean, what do you do?
Well, I mean, I think that he may have just completely gotten outmaneuvered here in a macro game. It's 45 drones to 60 workers. Sorry,
That's a huge lead.
Yeah, 15 worker lead right now, and I mean, we don't have any drones being made. There's not an upgrade advantage. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here. I feel like Solar can pretty easily navigate this game to a win. It'll probably come down to the 4th base here, as we're both on 3 bases right now.
I'm not. Does Dark have a layer up? Oh, he's actually going for a Nidus is Solar.
Oh.
And I think those are slow Roaches for Dark, so it's going to be hard for him to respond to this quickly.
Okay, so this could be the really, excuse me, the really powerful finishing blow here. Where's the Nidus?
The layer is just now starting for Dark. So the Nidus is just under construction. It hasn't hatched yet.
Okay. But where?
It could go in the main. Dark does not have a lot of
where did he
coverage.
start it? That's what I mean. Like, where did the Nidus actually start? I don't.
Looking at the minimap, I want to say it's in the natural for Solar. It looks like there's an extra structure there in the natural expansion and a spy. Wait, did he cancel the Nidus?
I think he did. I think when that Overlord got in there.
Maybe he scouted that there was no lair there for Dark and recognized that he's actually so far ahead he doesn't need this.
Or is it going to start here?
I think it has to be canceled because he's moving across the map right now.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I guess
Solar
we
just
missed that.
dunking on the casters right now.
Yeah, man, he's wrecking everybody. It's
but
crazy.
These are a ton of Roaches out for Solar, and they're also speed Roaches. Dark does not have speed, so Solar can use that, even though it's not an attacking upgrade, Roach speed, he can use that to get a massive arc on Dark once the engagement actually happens, but instead going to be biding his time. Dark trying to come in here with a cheeky Baneling run by, not able to get big connections, just 2 drones going down. And although the worker counts have equalized, Solar does have a tech lead and an army lead because of it.
So, I mean, it's kind of weird, right? Like, Solar had this massive lead. He didn't really seem to do a lot with it. We're going to wait for the Spire to finish. I think then he could probably go into Mutas and really just try to punish.
I think he might have not recognized exactly how far ahead he was.
I think so. It was a bit of an odd game. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so the Lings are going to come in here and punish this. Dude, Dark is so scary.
And Dark's going to get a cancel here on the 4th hatchery, and Dark once again making Solar work for it.
Yeah, I mean, Dark has been in a bad position for most of this game. He's been behind for most of this game, but he's fighting back so well.
Yeah, the window where Solar had like a sizable, like a double-digit worker lead was like 2 or 3 minutes, which is a huge deal in a ZVZ. I mean, any mirrored matchup where you have an economic lead for that long a time, it's huge, but Dark just kind of making this work right now. Keep in mind, he still is on the back foot. Solar has way better tech. He's got speed Roaches. He's got 8 Mutas on the field already. Dark really would just Roaches and Ravagers back at home. So Solar still definitely in an advantageous position, but...
Okay, he's gonna come out now. Now the thing is, the mutas can basically pry open Dark because the mutas have to be treated a certain way. You need to have the queens go back here. Yeah, I love watching bios just get shot because you have it at mutas. But this is gonna pull the queens away. Keep in mind, a lot of these fights are won off of queen transfuses on the ground.
Right.
So like when you come in here, like he's gonna start killing overlords.
Yeah,
now,
there aren't enough spore crawlers
okay,
for Dark or queens.
This is actually, I might have never casted a ZVZ that might end like this, but this is crazy because he can just supply block him out and flood him.
Yeah, that might be what happens right now. No overlords in production for Dark, so he's hard capped at 162. Roach is coming in now for Solar.
Oh my god.
He's trying to pounce on this. He has so many roaches. The Ravagers are already out. Speed Bailing's now coming in with huge connections, and Solar is riding this momentum into a win. He's going to be your last player going into the round of 10 of GSL Code S. As Dark just absolutely collapses. Solar with a fantastic win. You can see how much it means to him beating Dark in a
even hide the smile. He cannot hide the smile. And what a crazy way to end this season. Dark is eliminated in the round of 20.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Pure Solar really stepping up today.
What a phenomenal day today was. And Pure getting out first, Solar getting out second, man. I could not have predicted that, man. That's crazy.
It's a tough loss to swallow there for Dark.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, too, because they were very technical finishers there. From Solar. I mean, especially that last game. And you can see he was very cautious. He had a lead. He's like, okay, don't overstep it. Be patient. Be careful. And you can do this. And he did. We're going to go to an interview now with Solar and see how he's feeling. He's the last player to survive and move on to the round of 10.
Wow, what a huge upset. Solar of Onsite Gaming defeats Dark and he moves on to round of 10. Congratulations. Thank you. Well, it's been a long time since we last did an interview with you, Solar. So this is like a round of 10 in a long time for you, Solar. How do you feel?
일단 사실 저 TSL 경기 직후에
Well, first of all, you know, it's been only a few days after TSL 9, and since all my group members are so strong, I didn't really expect much coming into the series. And in the first match, I lost quite dominantly. So I know today was going to be a hard match for me. But then the game started working out well for me. And then Crank and Rex helped me so much as they came on the stage and coached me. So I just can't believe it. In the last match, your Roach decision was so good. It was so immaculate from you. And in the letter, you said you lost all your matches, and I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, seeing how you performed tonight. No, honestly, it's real. I lose all my matches in the ladder. But you know, today, rather than going for the strategic plays, the players are going for standard plays, and that's why I was able to win today. And I was trying to play as unorthodox as possible today. I mean, when we were looking at the Roach battles, the Roach fights, it looks so well for you. And in the late game, you kept going for the 3 o'clock base and just trying to cut out the resource line for Dark. And in the tournament production, was this not how things worked out in the ladder? You know, I think, you know, twisting my strategies a bit and mixing it up really helped me. I'm really instrumental to my victory today. I mean, you joined Onsite Gaming and maybe this is a new team buff. I mean, in my team, there's Maru and everything. Everything really goes well ever since I joined the team. And you know, I think there's good luck in the team. I mean, you talked about Maru, but did he help you with a DVT? I mean, TSL, I played a bit with Maru. And in practice, I had really high win rate regardless of the players and opponents. But when it comes to tournaments, you know, I started underperforming. And then I really want to meet Cure in the round of 10. So you talk about your tournament sickness. But even TSL, you performed really well. You were going a full set match again, full series against Reiner. And today's match, today's win was definitely not a coincidence for you, Solar.
어떠세요? 본인이 느끼기에도 좀 있나요?
So,
확실히 근데
do you think you're
연습 때도
performing
그렇고
well
게임이
these
조금
days?
잘 되는 편이긴 한데
I mean, recently my
TSL에서는
games
진짜
have been
제가
going really well for me.
방심도 했고
But in TSL, I let down my guard. I was
그리고
underestimating the
뭔가
players.
상대를 너무 쉽게 두 번째, 그러니까 처음에 두 경기를 이겨가지고 너무 쉽게 생각해서
And I
좀
just,
안일하지
you
않았나
know, really
싶고
underestimated the players,
그래서
and
오늘
because
경기 최대한
starting the right
안일하지 않게
foot.
진짜 끝까지 내가 질 수도 있다는 생각으로 계속 했던 것 같아요.
And today, I really was desperate for the win.
지금 강민수
to
선수
advance out of
모처럼의
round of six,
큰
round
라운드이기
20.
때문에 10강 조별리그 얘기도 해보면
Alright, now let's talk about the round 10 matches.
테란이 5명,
So far, we have 5
Terrans
Terrans,
2명이거든요.
3 Zergs, and 2 Protoss.
고병재 또 오늘 만날
So for Terran, there's Gumio,
김동욱은 바로
Cure,
만나고 싶어
Buddy,
하셨는데 이
etc.
지금 종족 분포는 좀 마음에
So
드세요?
are you happy? Are you satisfied with the racial
자신
distribution?
있어가지고 테란 많은 거 좋고.
I'm confident in the ZVT matchup, so I'm really happy about the fact.
다 할만한 것 같아요.
Other than Maru,
김동욱
I think
선수는
everybody else is
다시
doable.
만나면 이긴다는 생각이시네요.
So do you think you can
예,
beat
저가
Cure
이
if you meet him in the round
경기 했을
10?
때도 느꼈는데 제가 좀 실수만 덜하고.
Yes, I believe so. If I just fixed up on my mistakes and, you know, if I just improve a bit, I think I can beat him.
그 조에 없으면 안 되거든요. 시즌 1, 2 때 다 장현우 선수에게 떨어지고
I mean, in
자괴감이
season 1 and 2,
하셨는데
you got
이
eliminated
선수도
because of
있어야
creator.
돼요.
So we of course we gotta mention creator.
좋겠어요.
I mean, I
다
hope creator is in my
묶어서
group so that I can
그냥
defeat him.
하고 싶네요. 네.
I do want to play against him.
묶일 수 있을지
We'll see if that
지켜보겠습니다.
match
지난
actually
결승전 때
does happen
그때
in the round of 10.
지켜보시던 모습도 기억이 나고 이번 시즌 욕심이
So this
더
season,
많이 나실 것
I'm guessing you're
같아요.
very ambitious.
또 올해 마지막
coming in.
시즌이니까
So this is the last season of the year.
해주시죠.
So anything else you want to say?
진짜
Any
너무
closing
열심히
thoughts?
해서 했는데 이번에
You know, I tried really hard today, and I'm really happy that the results
일단
are
제가
good.
1차 목표가 10강이었거든요.
And my initial goal was to make it to round of 10, so now that's accomplished.
추석도 있고
I'm gonna have a lot of preparation time from now on until my round of 10 matches. So I'm gonna prepare really well,
너무 많은 선수들과
and I want to thank all the players who helped me with practice.
생각난 선수가 지금 딱 3명 정도 있는데
So right now I can think of the 3 players,
이재선 선수랑
Bunny,
변현우 선수랑
Byeon,
그리고 신이범 선수 너무
and
고맙습니다.
Ragnarok
그리고 저희
for helping me with the scrim.
와이프랑 저희
And also I want to thank my wife
선수랑
and thank
네,
On-Site
스태프분들
Gaming,
너무
the staff, and the managers.
알겠습니다.
Thank
이렇게
you.
고마운 분들도 잊지 않으셨는데요. 다시 한번
Alright, so that was the interview with Solar.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations on your advancement. Thank you.
All right,
네,
thank you,
이렇게
Andy.
2017년 이후로
Guys, that does it for the round of 20.
10강
And it is now, we'll be going into Korean Thanksgiving, which is the big holiday of the year out here. So,
Chuseok right around the corner.
Chuseok is here, man.
What a great day of StarCraft, by the way. We got a little bit of everything. Prince showed some really creative Blink DT build there in the first
Yeah.
best of 3. Kira with his TVZ just kind of expanding so fast, consuming the map, and then Solar with that huge ZVZ win over Dark, kind of, I think, surprising everybody with a huge upset.
Yeah, and I mean, they were won in very technical fashions. And honestly, I thought Solar did a good job even in the one game that he lost. So here is the round of 10. Only 3 Zergs.
What?
Quoi? Pourquoi?
At 5 Terrans. The map pool is pretty good for Terran, it feels like.
Yeah.
I think it was Kira that was saying that, like, it's because Terran players practice harder and Zergs are lazy. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I think you nailed that one, man.
I think it's the maps, but yeah, really Terran heavy round of 10.
And the 2 Protosses we have, I think they could still go all the way. I think Hero and Creator are so good.
They're also by far the best Protosses
Yeah.
we have in the GSL right now, I gotta say.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. What a fun. Now, when is the next GSL? It's not Monday, right?
Right here,
Oh,
it's
there
gonna
it
be
is.
on the 19th. So, Chuseok, we will be taking a break.
1 week
that
off,
week.
guys. Yep.
We'll be back on the 19th with Group A round of 10, and then continuing Monday, Thursday, just
Right.
as we're used to.
Right. And as you can see, guys, like once we get through the round of 10, man, it's the round of 6 semifinals and finals. So we move very quickly here.
It's gonna be fun.
I cannot wait. And of course, State, excellent work casting the entire round of 20. You killed it.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun casting with you. You did a good job. Your analysis is on point. And you're improving every cast we do, man.
Thank
so great
you,
work,
man. I'm like Kira playing those TVZs, just
That's
get better every
right.
single map.
By the end, I'm like, this guy might be the greatest caster of all time. GG.
Yeah. It'll be nice to have Artie back pretty soon, though. I'm
That's
looking
right.
forward to watching that.
I look forward to having him back here. And yeah, Artos is going to be closing up this season for the GSL. I may have one day off because my dad's going to be visiting. I might bring him to the studio and just show him around.
you guys could all be like paid actors and stuff, you know. Well,
Yeah,
well,
get your dad down there, put on the headset, be like, "Oh, Taze is such a
that's
great
right.
guy."
That's right. That's right. Yeah, there he is. Taze is such an amazing person. But guys, thank you for joining us. Again, a week off. It is Korean Thanksgiving, so everybody here is going to be visiting family, and I'll be staying at home playing video games by myself. We love you. Take care. See you on Monday. Not next Monday, but the Monday after that. Bye-bye.
GSL Season 3.